is Twisted Granny Tarot. How are you? So we are set for predictions for the month of January for Capricorns out there. How many Capricorns have we got? Let's see a show of hands. And I hope I bring you good news because I just read a Cap a couple of days ago, and he's having a great life. So I hope some of that spills over on y'all out there. So this is the channel that uses a horoscope diagram for a tarot diagram, because we can get a lot of information out of these 12 houses on this diagram. Your home, your career, your health, your money. It's wildly revealing. It is. And so, in the meantime, my friend Link, he publishes a calendar, and the calendar is called A Year and a Day, because isn't that the traditional study time for a person who is seeking knowledge about the occult? The occult. Did you know that occult, it means hidden knowledge? That's all it means. It means hidden knowledge. Well, so when I found that out, I went to see what all the fuss was about. If it's hidden, why are you hiding it? Sounds logical to me. Well, anyway, and he researches antiquities. And in the month of December, here are some holidays that took place, or some rituals that took place in past cultures, their religious culture. Okay, let's see. Oh, here's something weird. On December 23rd, the day of Hathor, that's a woman goddess. Maybe she's the goddess of motherhood. Maybe she's the goddess of milk. I don't know. But right underneath that, it says, libation of cow's milk is poured into the Nile River. So Hathor is an Egyptian goddess. If I'm not right, somebody call me and tell me. Somebody write it down there. Hathor, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. I didn't study Egyptian, but I did pass in passing. That's all. A libation of cow's milk is poured into the Nile River. So that must be some kind of blessing, or mixing water with milk so that the crops grow and the animals get fat and everybody's happy. Okay? All righty. Now, in case I get stuck, I've been reading cards publicly since 1990. I was going to say 90 years. I'm not even 90 years old yet. Okay. And sometimes the art on the original deck, which would look like this. You can't see the pictures, but it looks like this. This is a Rider-Waite deck. Sometimes the artists take liberties and put a weird picture in there, so I have to consult with the guide to read it correctly. Okay, so now we're going to start off with Capricorn and your first house. Your first house is, actually, if it's a horoscope, it is about how you look, your appearance. But because it's a tarot reading, we're going to find out what's on your mind right now. Okay, always. Caps, y'all are always concerned about the money. So it might very well be that no matter how much money you have, you think you have to keep all of it. Because look at this guy. He's got his each foot on a coin, a representation of money. And then he's got his arms crossed, holding this one tight. And then he's sitting on that one. Now, you can be a wise and benevolent leader, or you could be somebody, it's your natural state is to be choosy about where your money goes, because after all, you traded your time for that money. Okay? That's no small feat. Okay? So let's just say that. Money is on your mind. Second house is, your house of money. And so you work for money. So you spend hours and hours and hours making that $20 or $50 or whatever it is that's on your agenda for that day. So, okay. Work is very important to Capricorns. I don't know one Capricorn who doesn't like money, or he feels you have to work, because Caps don't like being poor, and they like paying for themselves and other people. And they like security. Oh my gosh, yeah. How can that be bad? Okay, third house is your communication, meaning emails, telephone calls, short distance trips, even taxi cab rides. And short distance trips, text messages, emails, letters, phone calls, messages, those kinds of things. Anything that has to do with communication. What we got here? Well, first, second, first, both these houses have to do with your money. What do we got here? Oh no, this is the King of Swords. Pardon me. I thought it was the King of Pentacles. So what? King of Swords. Now, hang on a minute. Swords does cover communication. Now, just a minute. Then we got the Queen of Cups, and then we got. Oh, all right. Okay, then. Now look. This is how this went. This. Oh, baby doll. Okay. This person is. His horse is on his back legs. His sword is drawn, like he's going to attack something. So it could very well be that this person has done something that this sword horse rider does not like. And so he wasn't very kind when he told her that he didn't like it. And look at this. So, kind Mr. Caps, Capricorns and Miss Capricorns. Now, this can be a man. So, it's. And so what happened? It looks as though when this A conversation occurred, the upshot was not what he stabbed himself in the back when he had a conversation with this person. This is the conversation, this is the person, and this is the outcome. Does that look good to you? He stabbed himself in the back with all that jazz. Or I don't know why I feel like that. It could be that she stabbed him in the back. But no. It was after. No, it was after. So he made a big boo-boo. And now, and maybe he could make up for it. Maybe he can't. Or she. Doesn't have to be a man. Okay. Fourth house is your home. So, this is a fellow who's very pleased with himself. And he has a pocket full or a bag full of swords that he has just stolen from the enemy that he has beat, you know. And he's taken those back to his people so they can use them once again against another enemy. So, okay, let me put another card next to this. Oh, all right. This means, honestly, that you're probably not going to be able to improve this situation with this person. You're probably not going to be able to because you're taking your swords and walking away. Now, the fifth house is romance and creativity. What do we got? So apparently that was your karma with this particular person. And if you've had words and you picked up your toys and you've gone home, then this was your karma. So it looks as though that the relationship had to come to this so that you could move on. Okay? Sixth house is work and health. Okay, this is what you're good at, growing things. This is a good card for Capricorn. Actually, it embodies them greatly because Capricorns are willing to do the work to be successful. So this particular person has plowed the garden, he's watered the garden, he's put the seeds in, and he has covered the seeds with dirt and added fertilizer and made sure the plants are growing, and he took care of it. And now, it's the end of the season, and he's ready to pick the fruit. So he's going to get rewarded for the work that he did by picking the fruit and selling it at market or taking it home, whichever applies. So let's see. I don't think there's much to say about that, except that you're prepared for unexpected activity, unexpected expenses. You're prepared for that because this shows you're looking very satisfied. If that has to do with work and health, then I'm going to say you take pretty good care of your health. At least you don't ignore it completely. Because this signifies a person who is good at nurturing. Okay? Now, what do we got? Seventh house, marriage partnerships and business partnerships. Cappy. We are in Capricorn, aren't we? Look here. This is a conflict card. What are you doing? Oh, it's because of this person right here, isn't it? So now you had a conflict because you have may have broken up forever with somebody, because that's how it kind of looks to me. And this is for some caps, not all caps, just some caps, some Capricorns. So we have a conflict. The eighth house is money from, oopsie, eighth house is money from other people. Oh, lordy, 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 the money from other people done took a hike. Okay, this is a boat, and he is shoving off for parts unknown. And if I am not mistaken, yeah, this, in other decks, it shows this oarsman, I guess we'll call him that, the driver of the boat. In other decks, there are, well, he's on his way to the river Styx. So in order to go to the river Styx is to bury bodies that have crossed over from earth to heaven. So you oh, so you're shoving off to find new, not new worlds to conquer, but a better fitting mate. Let's call it that, a better fit for a mate. And it also means if this card, if the eighth house is money from other people mean income tax checks, inheritance checks, insurance checks, lawsuit checks, and what's the other one? Bonus checks. So, adieu. Those categories are likely not to be seen or heard in the coming year as far as surprise money goes. Okay? You like to work for your money, and you like to control it, and you like to know what's coming in and what's going out. And you've already trained yourself to live on X amount of dollars. So if you get a little extra, great. But because you know how to budget, so you don't come up short on very many things in your life. So I'm sorry about that. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes. Oh God, it just gets better and better. Ninth house is philosophy, religion, higher education, and long distance travel. And what do we have here? Somebody who doesn't have the time or the energy or even know where to look when it comes to religion, when it comes to a spiritual life. You don't even know where to start. And when it comes to travel, you're well, first of all, that's a big, heavy outlay, and you're not necessarily, you might be the kind of cap who would rather buy something and have a physical object than to spend it on a vacation and have no physical object except some, souvenir trinkets you may have picked up. You'll have great memories, but it might not be your cup of tea. You might be too practical to travel because you like to do other things better. Okay? So it's going to be a long while before you get involved in spiritual life or for thinking about traveling, because actually traveling is a great education. You get to experience lots of different kinds of lifestyles in other parts of the world. So, but it looks like we're putting that off for a little bit. Okay? 10th house is your career. Now, do you work with old friends? Because these two are old friends and they play together and they're still friends after all these years. So if you find yourself, at a loss one day, a loss of a job or a loss of confidence in your boss or the company you work for now, you can call a friend and say, do you know anybody who's hiring somebody like me? Do you need somebody? Do you have a friend who needs somebody with my time and talent? Because they're going to help you. And as soon as you become a referral, you're a whole lot, many steps up the rung with regard to selection, because you're not a cold call face, a cold face stranger in their office. You're warm because you've got a referral from a coworker there. So they might just change departments. Nothing drastic, I don't think. Okay, 11th house. Wait. 11th house is long-term plans. Where you're going to be in 5 years, where you're going to be in 15 years. And friends from previous employers. So if you had long-term plans, you know what? Your long-term plans cover a lot of ground. And I think a lot of you are sometimes, did I say Sag? I'm sorry. A lot of Capricorns are single-minded, and they work with blinders on because they know where the road is, they know what the goal is, they know what to look for while they're on their way, so to speak, and they take the shortest route to get there because they're smart and they're goal driven. So what this is, kids, this is about unrealistic fantasies. How'd this happen, Cap? Hmm? Unrealistic fantasies. So these are things that you might like to work towards. Oh, you know what? Okay, so this is what I'm going to say. The initial thought of calling your friends from the past to see if your talents are necessary with one of them at their company, with a friend's company somewhere, and but you're like this. I don't want to do that. No, I don't want to work there. No, I don't want to work there. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. So you're highly selective because you know what you're good at, and you really don't like change much. So the indecision is going to keep you rooted to the spot for a bit, for a little bit, for a span of time, because you can't find one thing that suits you. You may have to actually attend an appointment and talk to somebody and get your hands dirty, so to speak. So a if you're going to change jobs or change departments, go in. If they're going to ask you for an interview, or you say you want an interview, that way you can ex- pick apart what they do so you can decide if you can tolerate it, if you can expand upon it, and if you can be the wealth of information that they need you to be. Okay? Now, the last card is a 12th house. Girl, hey, man. Y'all are confusing me now. This is a 8 of Cups. What is this person doing in this picture? She is leaving, or he is leaving. So actually, when you lay your head down to sleep at night, lots of times you go, I hate this and I can't do this anymore. Oh, I don't. Do I have to get up and go and do that again? Oh God! And so it's just one long list of things you don't like to do and you want to leave. If you really want to leave, it does mean you're going to upset your life. You have to learn new skills and learn a new program or whatever in the world is required. But you have a particular sense about how business should be done and how it should be run and how it should be um, planned for the future. And you want to go to work in a place like that, whose mental and emotional byline is a better match to yours. So there are places like that out there. And maybe just not any job will do. So I think what you need to do, some of you out there, do a lot of research and find out where you want to go. Because if it's true that your romance has fizzled, then there's nothing keeping you here unless there are children or other people that you want to stay close to. But I don't think that because of this karma, breaking up with this person was some kind of karma, and you going on to find better satisfaction elsewhere, because there's a whole lot that you don't like about where you work and how you get your money. Now, I'm going to pick out one more card and find out how it plays against all the rest. Oh my God, why do I do this? This is just more conflict. Boy, that's aggravating. Oh, now we finally got saving grace. So when you're fed up with the conflict at your current employer, you're going to find a complementary group to work with, because here they are. Now, this looks like all women, because it is all women, but don't worry, it could be all men. It could be 2 men and 1 woman. It could be any of that combination. But ooh, kind folks, you kind Capricorns out there, do your due diligence. Give yourself enough time to come to a logical conclusion about what you should do next and where you should go. It's going to take time. You're going to be confused for a while. You're going to be aggravated for a while. But if you follow the road, either you're going to say, I'm never leaving this job, I don't care what they do to me, or you're going to say, I have to leave this, or I'm going to leave this job because of what they do to me. Either way, you're going to get what you want. So might as well start talking about what you want. Not to your boss, not out loud in the office, but in your head, because that's how things get started, is right here. Okay, I hope that this was good for you, because it sure as the world was good for me. And I really appreciate it. And thanks for talking to me, Capricorn. I hope you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and send me a note about what you think, how you think this reading, if you want to, how you think this reading actually applies to your life. That'd be great for edification. All right, love you, mean it. Bye, Cap. See you next time in February. Thanks for coming to my table. Bye.